Welcome back to sailing here in beautiful Montague Foreshore. The 2025 Best of the Best Regatta well underway. We're about to bring you B-class finals. 5 boats lined up and getting ready to go off to prove who is the best of the best. Lonesome Dove dominating over the last 3 days. But today is the day where you have to win it all in order to be crowned best of the best. I'm Dwight Hart, joined again by Captain Stafford Patterson, Captain Plug, and he is a part of the Dove crew, so I'm sure even though he's not going to express his enthusiasm while he's calling the race, inside he is going to be ecstatic as hell and hoping that they come home with the bacon. And we're also joined by another one of the Abaco connection, Miss Rhiannon Thomas of Cry Baby fame. Good afternoon again, Captain Plug. Rhiannon.
Yeah, great. Good afternoon, Dwight. Rhiannon, welcome back. Good to be here to help call the races for you. This B-class final that we got coming up here. It's going to be an exciting race. We took the top 5 boats out of the fleet after 3 qualifying races, and now it's down to a 1-race shootout here, right here in Montague Bay. So B-class getting ready to tear it up. Before that, I think we're going to go to a little intro from the production crew.
Yeah, we have some recaps from yesterday's races, B-class, so we'll get that running and come back, and hopefully once we get back, B-class be ready to get going.
Hey, do I have to stay calm too if the Dove is ahead, or do I have to?
Yeah, you got
to show total calmness. Okay.
Stay calm, stay calm. All right, production, you can run with your recap. We'll be back.
Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome back to Montague Bay here. You're tuned in for the B-class race here, 3rd of 3 qualifying races for tomorrow's finale. There's the big gun from the top of Port Montague. We got 7 boats entered in this race. We got Lady Sonia there in the green, and right behind her is the Barbarian #1. Over there in the middle in the blue, we got Ant's Nest. You got that distinctive logo on the sail. Udiva. Next one down is Lonesome Dove out of Hopetown, Abaco, and she's in the yellow. And the green is Susan Chase. Stephen Mills out of Long Island. And we got Old Boy down there on the bottom.
Susan Chase has cut the Lonesome Dove, so right now Susan Chase, I believe, is your lead boat based on comments from Radari crew earlier.
They're both going to have to tack at least once more to come back to the marker, which brings another crossing situation potentially in. So once they do that and get up by the marker, then we know for sure who's first and second.
The Dove's going to get the gun.
And there comes the Lonesome Dove across the line.
3 in a row. Second place across the line, Susan Chase.
Lady Sonia, number 24 on the left. Old Boy, number 11 on the right. Coming steaming down towards the finish. 3rd and 4th place.
You guys were talking back and forth with Susan Chase.
Well, you know, you do have to cover the boat that's closest to you because you don't want to let them go and get a lucky shift or a lucky lift and anything like that. So as long as you can tack with them and make good, clean tacks, you know, you're just going to stay right there with them.
Welcome back to Montague Foreshore, where we're about to get our B-class race underway. 5 boats qualifying, and Captain Plug, you got the names of those 5 boats?
I sure do. Immediately in front of me, well, let me give them to you in the qualifying order we have. Just give me a moment to get a picture up here, so I can tell you who qualified first, second, third, so on. B-class, so Lonesome Dove, with her 3 back-to-back wins. She qualified number 1. And Susan Chase out of Long Island qualified 2nd. Old Boy came back there and got in, qualified in 3rd. And they're followed up by Ant's Nest 2 and Udiva, rounding out the top 5 there.
Yeah, we were talking about it yesterday because I think based on the position that the lady Sonia was in when she finished. She should have been the 5th qualifier, but I believe she had a starboard port incident on the race course and had some points applied to her, and that was sufficient to knock her out of the top 5.
That's unfortunate, but that's the way it goes.
That's the way it goes. And so 5 boats, like we said, Lonesome Dove, who really has dominated the B class, winning the 3 qualifying races to this point, skippered by Jeff Gale and sailing out of Abaco. Susan Chase sailing number 4, qualified 2nd, and of course Stefan Triple Crown Knowles on the tiller. Number 11, Old Boy, also out of Long Island, and my understanding is that Marty Fox out of Salt Pond, Long Island, is the skipper.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw him day before yesterday. Yep.
Yep, on Old Boy. And then we have sail number 6, Ant's Nest, and that boat is being skippered by the legend, one of the legends in sailing, Lee Ambrister, one of the older skippers out there. And then, of course, number 20, Udiva. I believe Sheldon Gibson is still on the tiller of Udiva.
I had pleasure of sailing with Gibson a couple of years ago in an Exuma. It was one of those freaky regattas where there was too much wind, no wind. Remember that, Stafford? We were actually sailing backwards at one point.
I do.
So, but very, very skilled skippers. All these guys are. It's down to.
Yep, Sheldon also, as we know, the architect of the current E-Class iteration that's out there.
Yes, sir.
I think he built the first couple of E-Classes that started this whole E-Class sailing, and it's obviously exploded since then into what it is now. Initially set up as a junior program, but the grown men deciding they still want to play games. So
And women.
and women as well. All right, 1 minute gun is off. And so let's get ready to heave and to hoe, Captain Patterson.
Yes, sir. Okay, right there in the front of your screen there in the dock hull, that's the Lonesome Dove. Crew's making sure the anchor rope's positioned correctly. Everybody got out about 200 feet of rope, maybe a little less. Skipper's prerogative there. So butterflies start kicking in now if we're in the 1 minute zone as we count down the seconds to the start. Get this B-class race finale going. Crown best of the best for 2025. Right here in Montague Bay.
All right, same course as the sea. So shoot upwind to that mark. Come on down back here towards Montague Foreshore and make that triangle tack back up to the start point, and then once more around to complete the 2 laps.
Yeah, and the wind's.
Okay, they're off. Here we go. Here we go.
All right.
Boys are pulling. Heave ho. Let's hoist those anchors on board, hoist those sails, and let's go racing, guys.
All right.
And there's the big gun, doggone it. I keep forgetting about that.
Gracious me.
Woo, Ant's Nest, sail going
out.
up quick.
Yes.
She wants to get out front there. Guy up front on the Ant's Nest, heaving for all he's worth.
And Udiva, sail going up.
Great shot from the boat camera.
You can see Old Boy, also Dove, sail going up.
Looking straight down the line. There's number 18, Lonesome Dove. Number 4, Susan Chase. And they're clear, it looks like.
Yep.
2 good stars right there. Ant's Nest also on the move. 2 other boats falling off to leeward a bit.
Looks like Old Boy falling off to the back, but the Dove and Susan Chase jumping out.
Old Boy's got the wind now. Need to get some more weight out in the prow there, Skipper.
Yeah.
Bring her down, and she'll accelerate as she flattens out there. She'll accelerate up, see if she can keep up with the Ant's Nest.
I believe we will have trackers on the B-class sloop, so we'll be able to pick up some positions and speed numbers once these boats get underway a little bit more up the course. But they're off.
There's Lonesome Dove, Susan Chase side by side.
And this is where we expect the competition to be in today's race. And let me tell you, the Dove, again, looking extremely well trimmed. I mean, Cap, you like to say it, heeled over just so.
Yes, sir. And when she's trimmed right, the Lonesome Dove is great at pointing up into the wind, which is critical when you're going upwind there. If you can get a degree or 2 over the competition, it's going to help create some separation. And here we go with the trackers.
All right, from the top, Ant's Nest with the dark purple, showing 4.7 right now. Udiva with the light purple, slow, 3.3. Lonesome Dove pushing 4.7. Old Boy 3.9, Susan Chase 3.7. So Old Lonesome Dove right now a full knot ahead of the other boats. Susan Chase picking up 4.3. Dove moving up to 5.1. She is
And
flying.
Stefan's just tacked over.
Moving pretty quick.
Yes, well, I think Stefan could see that the Dove was probably pulling away. So he's going to start his trickery very early in the game. And so he's come back now.
There he goes.
Old Boy's just gone around.
And let's get out on the water while the Lonesome Dove is going to cover Susan Chase right now.
All right,
What's these fellas in
Gerard,
this Boston Villa?
the talking has already begun. We saw that Susan Chase talked first, and everyone's now chasing behind him.
Yeah, they talked first to get away from the Dove bar there that she was giving her.
Right.
And now everybody is going behind the Susan Chase, but the Old Boy and the Dove is on her weather. So we're going to see what happens when they come back head to head. And it's a interesting race. The Ants Nest is deciding to go all the way to the southeast.
Yeah.
So let's see what's going to happen.
And unless you're on a different planet, you wouldn't know that Lonesome Dove has won every single race thus far. So let's see what she does today in the final race. Back to you guys.
All right, yeah, well, bringing it to you live. Dove and Chase already in attacking duel. Ants Nest deciding to do, I think, what we saw happen in E-Class earlier today with the young man sailing the boat that won, going, I think Miss Agnes is the name of the boat, going all the way up to the top of the course.
All the way up one time, yep.
And then just making
One tack.
one tack towards the buoy. We'll see whether that works for him or not. But there you have it right now.
Just gone over, actually. Ants Nest have just tacked.
Okay. I think they've gone up far enough.
Yep. Up the middle seems to have been the theme for a lot of this regatta. Not necessarily every lap and every race, but a lot of it has been right up the middle. And I think that's because you have current over on one side and shifty conditions and some shallow over on the other. But so there, everybody's going up the middle right now pretty much.
And also that point there, too. You know, there's several large buildings over there. You get pretty bad blockage of wind if you're going. Well, the course is certainly much further out, but you take all of that into consideration when making all these decisions.
All right, so here is a view from the drone. I think the boat that's at the bottom left is Old Boy, and Dove at the top right is going back. Actually, that would have been Susan Chase, number 4. Dove tacking away again. Susan Chase
She's tacking that, too. Look at
tacking
that.
as well.
Let the wars begin.
They are zigzagging their way to get to the top of the course so that there's a shorter tack when you get to the mark, I believe.
Old Boy just went over, too.
And Old Boy going back as well. And of course, I believe they may also have some concerns with Ants Nest coming from the left side, of course, as well, Captain Plug.
Yep. She's got pretty good speed going on right now. Definitely going to make it interesting when they come together. Lonesome Dove on the right, number 18.
Yep, and if that drone camera pans around just a little bit more to the right, we should be able to pick up Ants Nest coming from the left side of the course. Still not in view as yet at the bottom. Still, and there is the trackers and bringing it clear, and you can see exactly why the Dove was coming back, because Ants Nest is powering from the top.
She's coming in hot.
And based on this, it looks like she may actually be cutting both the Dove
5.6.
and the Susan Chase, and coming with a lot of speed as well. And
So
yes,
Ants
she
Nest.
has. Ants Nest has cut Lonesome Dove and Susan Chase. Are we going to see an upset in Montague for the B class?
Certainly
Just look at that.
possible. It's certainly possible.
I mean, she's well trimmed and rolling.
Boy, that's the thing about this last race. It's do or die.
Yeah,
Just, just watching it this morning with the E-Class.
one and done.
Yeah, one and done. That's right. Doesn't matter how well you did all week long. This is it.
So Ants Nest strategy to go up higher above the rest of the fleet.
paid off.
Come
Big
back.
time. Dividends.
Yep, they've cut everybody. Steaming in towards the first marker off of the point there.
And you can see the distance between her and Lonesome Dove. I mean,
What a gap.
it's a
Amazing.
gap.
Wow.
I mean,
wow.
are we going to see another big gap race today?
I missed it. Did she just stay on that tack over here for a little bit longer?
They,
Yep.
They went up
Went
that way.
Yeah.
straight out.
Good call, skipper.
Here comes Antoinette tacking back.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think anybody would have thought that this was the way this race was going to begin.
Certainly a bit of a surprise here, but that's what makes this sport exciting.
Absolutely.
And all 5 of these skippers out here, good skilled seamen. So no surprise to see Antoinette there. You've got a nice size sail on.
And I believe Antonette's top finish so far in the regatta was a 3rd place. She had a 3rd place, a 4th place, and a 6th place. But now, holding on to a 1st place.
You know what I really enjoy is sitting down with the older skippers and learning from them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, talking to them and just small things can really make a difference. And you pick up a lot of knowledge from skippers that have been around for much longer.
Yeah, well, I've kind of had the same sort of experience, Rhiannon. It's really fun to sit around and chat with those old fellas. And I wish somebody would take the time to record a little bit more.
Wouldn't that be great?
You know, before we all check out. Antoinette's right at the bottom center of your screen. Currently holding on to 1st place. Looks like Lonesome Dove below them a bit. She's going to have quite a distance to make up. She's going to go from 2nd back into 1st. And then we got Chase and old boy coming up behind.
And the top 2 boats, I mean, looking like they're putting a little bit of separation between 3rd and 4th at this point.
Yeah, yes, they are. They are. But I'll tell you what, Antoinette has stepped out real good at it, folks. This is just the first leg of 5 legs this race will consist of. And Antoinette's stepping it out right now.
All right.
Lonesome Dove maybe on a tighter line to the mark. Gotta wait till we see the marker come into view here.
Antonette's.
Antonette's gonna have to tack.
Attack.
Because the marker rounding will be to port.
Dove immediately tacking as well.
It's like they're laying the line.
Yeah, I agree, Rhiannon. I think they're going to lay line right now, so you can see the distance between Antoinette on the left.
Dove.
And
You said
Man,
you're leaving
right.
this one to port, right?
This is to port because we're going clockwise, yep. Over to the point, sail down here, reach down here to the foreshore, and back out to the start line and complete 1 lap. Another second upwind up to the point, and then a final run down to the finish here. 5 legs in total.
Which is quite different in a race, isn't it? Usually it would be a windward, a reach, a downwind. I'm wondering if they had to do the change because of the wind shifting so much and the tides we need to take into consideration. Well, we're going into low tide now. Do you think so?
It's more of a wind situation.
Yeah.
The wind shifted from this morning.
Yeah, and it's been consistent
round.
in the direction for the entire day to this point.
So they've adjusted to compensate, and this is what we got.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, do not leave your seats. This one is turning into something else. Antoinette, not even in the conversation for the first 3 races, is now cleanly in front of everybody else, and she's around.
And they're around. Lonesome Dove going to need to find some speed if they're going to catch her up. There's a good shot of Antoinette. She clears the windward marker.
And we'll put the clock on it to see. The
Oh,
Dove is
Dove.
sunk. Oh my goodness, are they gonna get it up? Oh my goodness, look at that.
Wait a minute.
Dove
Oh,
they got a knockdown, they call it.
oh wow.
Whoa, oh,
Yeah.
are they gonna be able to
Side.
save it?
Yep,
Yes.
they're coming
Bring
out.
her
Yes.
Bringing her up.
Good job.
Way to go, boys. What the?
Wow. Is it blowing that hard out there?
Is there a downburst or something? I really not see any dark clouds, Dwight.
My goodness, kudos to the crew of the Dove for saving.
So many things could have gone wrong there.
She was literally
Right
flat
over.
on the water. Unbelievable. And this is right at the mark as well.
She's just tacked over.
Meanwhile, Ansness is just crawling away.
Wow. Dove being still able to save her second place position. Let's get out there on the water because I know those guys are just biting at the chumps to tell us what happened.
Gerard, that was crazy just now with Lonesome Dove. Almost tipped over.
Yeah, that
He
was
tipped over, but almost went under.
that was crazy. What happened is he got hit with a puff the exact same time, and the main sheet got hooked up, so he couldn't let it out in time, and he almost sank.
But check this out, Gerard. I mean, they still have a sizable, I mean, not a sizable lead, but they still have a lead on Susan Chase. After all that, they're still able to recover, and they will hit the buoy before Susan Chase.
Yeah, they're going to get around in second, and they're fortunate to be in that same position.
Yeah, they are.
But as you can see, the Ants Nest has just gotten, just
incredible.
open up the distance.
Incredible lead Ansness has right now. But here comes Susan Chase chasing behind Lonesome Dove. I mean, we wouldn't have anticipated this one.
Not at all, not at all.
Anyway, back to you guys on set.
Wow.
All right, we're still catching our breath after that one.
Man.
Yeah.
Gentlemen and lady, 1 minute and 45 seconds between Ants Nest and Lonesome Dove at this point.
Wow.
That is a, I
What's
don't
the
want to say
speed they're
insurmountable,
clocking
but
right now?
that's quite a lead there.
We were seeing speeds as high as 5.1. Well, here comes your speed tracker right now. Susan Chase is clocking 6, Old Boy 5.8, Lonesome Dove 6.2, Ants Nest at 5.
Huh. You know, just going back to that knockdown there, it's crucial that the main sheet, you know, sometimes it gets caught, and that's what's happened. Like you said, that big puff of wind, and the first thing you need to do is release the pressure in the main to allow the boat to come back down. But if it's jammed like that, it could be, wow, good job for them recovering.
They saved it.
They saved it.
Yep, having a little bit of issue getting the jib out. Everybody else has got it wing. Dove still one-on-one with the jib and the main sheet. I don't know if they have an issue. Is it jammed?
Just need to get it hooked up on the whisker pole or the jib pole. And there they go. I think they finally got the sail hooked in.
And a lot of people we learned yesterday don't really understand why there's the wing-on-wing situation here. You know, when you're going downwind, the mainsail is so large that the jib is just flapping around. So that's why they take what they call we call it whisker pole. I know everybody has their different lingo. And get that jib out to the other side so you can get maximum out of both sails while going downwind like that.
Very well said. That's exactly right.
Yep.
Ansness just moving on down towards the leeward marker here off the Montague Foreshore.
This is going to really get the tongues wagging.
Sizable lead.
Ants Nest is able to maintain.
If Lonesome Dove can hold on a second, I know Stefan is notorious for gaining positions on the downwind runs. See if Dove can hold her off.
Well, I could tell you, right now, the Dove is in a dog fight. Stefan is trying to definitely do as he said earlier today, clip the wings of the Dove.
You know, with that knockdown too, where they were heeled over so much, they could have taken on a lot of water, which can also be an issue for for weight now at this critical situation. So
she looks pretty pretty buoyant. I think they may have escaped taking on a whole bunch of water. I'd expect to see her riding lower if she'd taken on a lot of water. I'd be a little concerned about lead shifting, the way she went right over on the side. But they're back in it. See if they can hold on to second place, keep Chase behind them, and maybe Jeff Gale can do some of that skipper stuff on the upwind.
Yep, still fight to get back at Ants Nest, who right now is just powering away.
And boy, are they.
And we'll see once they get to this mark, we'll put the clock on them again and see if there was any, we know the Susan Chase usually sails pretty quickly on downwind. If there's a leg that he can make up any distance, it's usually this leg.
Yep.
And so we'll see whether he's cut into that 1 minute 45 second gap that we saw on the first leg. But I believe everybody now is pretty much in awe of what is now transpiring out on the water. Ants Nest moving to the front of the fleet.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that she wasn't favored to be out front at this point.
Not at all.
Nonetheless, here you have it. right on your screen. Great shot of the ant nest and their crew. Getting ready to hit the leeward marker. Still got a bit to go. Maybe halfway there. No, they're probably 3/4 of the way to the leeward marker.
And we can feel the breeze blowing across our faces here from the broadcast booth. And so that tells me that there's a nifty amount of wind blowing
Certainly
coming
picked up.
It really is.
in
And
this direction.
these boats, as they'll leave the marker to the starboard side, they will need to jibe the sail over. And they want to make sure that your main sheets are not tangled up, because you could have a situation like Lonesome Dove almost had just there. You do not want your main sheet to jam when you're doing your maneuvers.
Got quite a few people watching. Carson Gray, Shivago McPhee, Fabian Davis, Danny Deal, Daryl Wells. Danny Deal, if I had the wings of a dove, I'll fly away because Stefan wants to clip them. Little humor from our Facebook viewers.
Those two boats are pretty close together. Kind of hard to see from this vantage point who has the advantage.
Well, we thought that we would have a close competition between the Dove and the Chase.
Well,
the
we
only thing
are.
is, we thought that it would be for the first and second positions,
Exactly.
but it's now for the second and third positions because
the
look
tracker.
at that. Tracker, Ansnes 5.2, powering away. Susan Chase getting up to 5.8, Dove 5.9, and you can see that they are neck and neck, neck and neck. Udiva trying her best to get in it.
Everybody's just making a straight line for that leeward
Sorry,
marker.
Old Boy is trying to get in it. Udiva out of the picture altogether at the moment.
If I got those trackers right, it looked like Lonesome Dove might have the inside line at the moment. They can change that around before they get to the marker.
All right, Ansnes getting ready to complete their first lap.
Here we go. They're going to jibe over. Got to be a little extra careful as the breeze comes up here. Want to make sure I get the crew out real quick once the boom comes over.
And let's go live on the water, Rodari. Gerard.
All right, this is Ansnes coming around. Gerard, I think these guys are cautiously optimistic right now. But could they be too cautious?
They can be too cautious. I heard the bowman was giving a pep talk to the guys on the boat, telling them to stay calm and focus. Which,
Wallace?
yeah, Mr. Wallace, which you should do to the crew, because it's easy to get excited when you have two power horse directly in the back of you and you know they coming.
Yeah. So I think these guys are coming down right now. Let's see. We got, oh yeah, Susan Chase and Lonesome Dove. This is what everybody anticipated was going to be the battle, but Ansnes has surprised everybody with a sizable lead. Hopefully she can retain it, because just for everyone's information, Leon Brista is the oldest active sailor still sailing in our regattas. So we'll get back and see how Mr. Brista holds that lead. Back to you guys.
All right, I've got my counter going right now. We're past the 1 minute mark, distance between first and second place.
And as second and third approach the leeward marker here, Susan Chase has the inside line, which is favored. They got to be extra careful. Both of them are jiving over. Chase doesn't want to hit anybody on the Dove. That'll be a penalty. So it looks like Dove's going to stay clear. Chase going to cut it in tight. There they go.
Not around yet.
Here we go, approaching the marker now.
Not around yet.
Lonesome Dove wants to bring it up into the wind, get out of that dirty air if at all possible. Here he goes, punching it up. Susan Chase taking it real tight, coming around there. Second place.
And we've pretty much got the same distance since the buoy before, 1 minute and 45 seconds. So
big lead.
Nothing gained on that downwind leg. Ansnes holding on to the same.
Yeah.
Well, that's the key word there, Dwight, I think, is hold. You know,
Yep.
they're going to hold them. Don't do anything foolish. Just stay calm, like we heard from the water report, and just hold them. Do what you got to do, get around the next couple of markers, and bring it home. Best of the best.
All right, Arthur Payne is watching. The Dove almost laid an egg. Another jibe coming up. Best of luck. Gladstone McKenzie watching all the way from Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah, I think we're pretty borderline with the winds picking up. You know, they've gotten stronger since the start of this race, and you really don't want to jibe these boats in anything heavier than this.
Oh boy, sticks the boom in the water, as you say. You're saying about the wind. Yep. Well, I think all these boats have on a large sail, which, is one of those calls you got to make. If the wind comes up during the race, there isn't too much you can do about it, right?
Well, there have been times where the race committee has had to change the course around in the middle of the race. I've experienced that before, because jibing, for those who don't know, is a lot faster. That boom is swinging. It is sweeping the deck, and if there's anything in its way, you're going too. So it's a lot more skill to jibe these size boats. In the little ones, it's not as bad, but certainly not the A either.
All right, and there you had a shot of the crew of the Ant's Nest. You can see now that the Susan Chase has caught the Dove and now putting a little bit of distance between her and third place Dove. But they're all trying to chase down the Ant's Nest, who has made her way to the front with a 1 minute and 45-second lead at this point. Now, is there a check buoy up there, I think, where they started from? I think they all have to go around that check mark
Yes.
before they then head upwind over towards.
Yep. So there you can see Dove and Susan Chase pinching right up into the wind, trying to get as far upwind as they possibly can. Ant's Nest doing the same, a little bit further out there in the distance. But they're holding. They got a pretty good lead. All these boats can do now, I think, maybe is hope they perhaps make a tactical mistake on this upwind. Definitely going to have to tack several times. I don't know if Dove and Chase want to initiate attacking duel. I wouldn't if either one of them wants to catch up to the Ant's Nest.
Well, the Ant's Nest has the experience of sailing this course once already in this race, and they know it worked for them. So I would assume they're probably going to do the same thing. And there she goes around the mark now.
See the crew adjusting the weight on the pry, in and out. Keep the boat heeled over just so. Not too flat, not too far over. Sail set really good.
All right.
Here she goes, punching it up into the wind.
Making their way around, and we're going to put the clock on them again to see whether they're maintaining or whether Susan Chase is gaining. All right, and if there's any trouble, this is the point where they would get into that trouble as they get that boat lined up for the next leg.
All they got to do is cover. That's all they got to do. Easy peasy. Make sure they keep the boat speed, don't lose your focus. Keep your speed going. Nothing too aggressive. Chase and the Dove doing their doggonest. They still got to get to the marker and get around. Meanwhile, Ant's Nest is on the move, going upwind. Old boy there in the picture as well.
Michael Cope is watching. He's glad to see Liam Brister doing so well. Yvonne Adley, shout out to you. Carson Gray, of course, in Exumer. Production for the NFIR. Carson, we'll see you in April.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, I remember seeing him in Rollville last year, set up with an umbrella and a folding table and on the beach, and you guys do a great job. All of this is very exciting for spectators especially to watch.
All right, so I don't know if this means anything. Stefan has chopped 30 seconds.
That's significant.
Of the lead of Ant's Nest.
That translates into more boat speed out of Susan Chase than Ant's Nest.
Yep.
They got to watch out.
Especially on that leg.
And Dove's right behind Chase. Here she goes around the marker. Bringing her up into the wind.
All right. We see Ant's Nest now coming back on her port tack. And she is stalled at the moment. Boy.
Uh-oh.
She is stalled at the moment.
What are you seeing, Rhiannon?
I'm trying to look now. I can't.
Finally get going, but I can tell you, Susan Chase is.
She's on the move. She's coming up fast.
Coming straight for her.
They need to come back, and Chase is on starboard tack. I think Ant's Nest will cut him.
Yep, I
but
believe.
The gap is closed.
That gap is certainly coming down. And Stefan is on the hunt. He's already clipped the wings of the dove. He's now going to go dig some ants.
All right, let's see how close it is.
Wow.
Oh,
Close
ants
enough
nest.
that ants nest has to do a defensive tack.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Well, they were on port. They were on port. So
They were, that's right.
rather than duck behind, they've opted to tack over.
Right.
See if they can gas Susan Chase.
Ladies and
The
gentlemen,
rule is if
Stefan coming in with a head of steam, boy, and he's pulling up on the windward side of Ant's Nest.
unbelievable,
Yeah.
unbelievable that a 1 minute and 45 second gap has now completely been evaporated.
Susan Chase powering up. You can see her inching past Ant's Nest, but she's definitely got the edge in boat speed. I don't know what they did after they rounded the leeward marker off the foreshore here, but boy, they put her, I think you said earlier, they found another gear, and here she goes.
Wow. Wow. What a change. Let's get out to the water because I'm sure those guys are just waiting to tell us what went down.
Gerard, incredible. Incredible.
To close up a lead like that, 1 minute and 50 seconds
On the water?
in a half attack. A half attack.
What we were talking about is the pressure is a serious thing out in this water. You know you're being chased by the champion, right?
But we saw that coming with
he
the
made
prep
mistakes.
talk.
Mr. Bristol made some mistakes.
Yes, well, we saw that coming with the prep talk that was given on the Ant's Nest.
Right.
Trying to keep the crew calm because you can't be calm when you see two powerhouse right behind you. That's
Right.
not a good feeling to be in.
Right. I mean, his decision making was very sharp coming up. I mean, out of hand at them. He really outsailed them in this one.
So now we have a very interesting race again because we have those two boats on that side of the race course. Of course, you know, the Lonesome Dove couldn't take it, so they came back on the opposite end of the course. So we got to see what happens when we get to this marker.
So what is Mr. Bristol doing?
Mr. Bristol,
He's continuing in that part.
yeah, he had no other choice but to get clean here.
Okay.
So he had to tack away. And right now, Stefan already won the battle between those two
All right.
by sending him the way he's sending him right now.
All right, no problem. All right, back to you guys.
Yeah, just, you know, talking about staying calm during these situations, it's crucial for the bowman and the skipper to be able to hear each other. And if there is talking and yelling and going on and the bowman is telling the skipper, because when you're skippering, you can't see. You cannot see what's below you. You know, it's
No man
really
has seen
rely
it.
heavily
No
on your
man has
bowman.
seen it and lived. No man has seen it and lived what we just witnessed out there today. 1 minute and 45 seconds cap gone in less than a leg on the race course.
That was quite a shift, I must say. Not sure what happened.
But we saw
the
it.
boats, but
Something happened with Ant's Nest. They could not get that tack cleanly done. They stalled out there, and while they were there figuring out what was going on, Susan Chase just evaporated the lead. Now, we have the Dove and Susan Chase coming back towards each other again, and this may be another lead change.
That's possible.
Based on what we're seeing. Because
Dove would be the yellow on, she would be on
yellow
tack.
would be Susan Chase.
Susan Chase,
Yep.
okay.
Dove coming from the orange.
And how's the boat speed? Pretty even, 4.7 to 5. Here they come together.
Yep. And we're going to see right now who's got the edge. But whoever's got the edge, it's close.
It is close. Meanwhile, Ant's Nest going off there to the right on his strategy.
And Susan Chase, I believe,
Just
having
back.
to now tack to cover because the Dove was going to cut her.
And, you know, this angle can be deceiving, but it almost looks like Dove is to windward of Susan Chase a bit.
Yep.
Perhaps behind, but to windward. So we still got a couple more tacks to get in before we get to that marker.
And race on.
Yeah, race is on. I
crazy,
tell you what.
crazy. How many different lead boats have we had so far? 3?
Wow. So we've gone from a blow away to tighten it right back up, having the same conversation that we all thought we'd be having before the race started, that it was going to be a duke out between the Dove and the Chase. They had to get rid of Ant's Nest. Somehow Ant's Nest got rid of himself and put the Dove and Chase back into the conversation, duking it out for first place.
But like they say, it ain't over till the fat lady sings.
It ain't over till the final. And this is after the Dove almost capsized, almost lost it all, and still in it. Determination at its finest.
Here we got the qualifiers duking it out for best of the best for this year. Right there in the middle of your screen, B-class boats, 21-footers. The breeze, I'm inclined to say, is up and down. We've been getting puffs here in the broadcast booth. Just now we were zoomed in on the Lonesome Dove, and they were pretty flat. Maybe a little bit too flat, if you ask me, while Susan Chase was heeled over. So wind might be a little gusty, puffy out there on the water, making it that much more challenging for the skippers and crews.
You know, and the other thing too, Stafford, when you have such a knockdown like they did just now, you're a bit more hesitant because it could be puffy like this. You kind of, you're okay with it going flat, but just you know, if it stays flat, of course you want to shift. But like with that scary shift there, I experienced it in Rollville with Jeff's son Joey, who had sank on the regatta before, so he was very hesitant to make. You know, that was just my observation just there.
You gotta
Why
be
it may have been
cautious.
flat.
Yeah.
And Susan Chase now
Got
just
in
trying
good
to
lift.
power around the Dove.
Big lift. See how the boat heeled over, now they brought it down flat.
Yeah.
You can work your way up to windward. Dove's going to try to match the move. Maybe they're going to get the same puff of air. But Chase definitely out in front of the Dove. Not sure how far. There she is there. If we pan out a little bit, we'll see the gap between Chase and the Dove.
And
Here comes the Ant's Nest.
trying to get back into the conversation as well.
Ant's Nest on port.
Lee hasn't given up as yet, but I believe at this point she's going to be behind Susan Chase and the Dove.
Yes, it looks that way.
There's
She's
an
not.
interesting situation here for the Dove now. She is on starboard tack. She should not have to give way to the Ant's Nest, but Ant's Nest looks like she's going to cut the Dove.
Definitely
Oh,
cut the
that
Dove.
looks very close.
Splitting the two.
Oof.
And Ant's Nest going to duck Chase. Okay. Wow, so that separates Dove and Chase a little bit because of that. Really wasn't too much you could do about it. Dove really didn't have to alter her course.
And so Ansness has sailed herself back into the conversation as well.
She slipped right back in there.
Not out of it as yet. This one is not over. This is not over.
Both Chase and Dove are going to have to tack back. Ansness will also have to tack back. So when they come together again, that's when it'll be determination time.
Wow. Wow.
What an awesome race we got going on here this
Let me
afternoon.
tell you, this one has turned out to be the most exciting race that we've seen yet so far in this regatta.
Interesting, Aunt's Nest is staying on this port tack for quite a while.
Susan Chase now coming back.
So I would assume Chase went a little higher than Ansness
Ansness, yes.
line. And we'll see what the Dove does. They're back a little bit, a couple boat lengths from the Chase. Looks like they're going to continue on a little bit. Perhaps try some Captain Ambush's strategy, go out a little bit further and then come back right to the marker.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, do not leave. Do not get popcorn. Do not get soda. Stay
Yeah,
in
it's
your
hard to
seats.
breathe.
I got to remind myself to breathe, that's right.
Don't take any bathroom breaks, because if you do, you're going to miss it.
Ansness cruising right along. They want this championship. They had the lead.
Lost it.
They lost it. They're coming back. Stefan wants to clip the wings of the Dove. The Dove wants 4 bullets.
Ansness just wants to win it all.
There she is. Very distinctive logo on the sail. Dark blue hull.
And we'll see where they are relative to the mark. They're going to have to make a tack back, but they'll be on starboard when they come back and may be in a position where Stefan may have to do something defensive.
Yeah, because if they're on ley line, they are way out front. But I think they're going to have to tack back. Here we go. Yep.
Here comes the tack right now.
They want a good, clean tack.
Can they get it done quick?
Get her over on starboard. See if they can cut the chase.
Yeah, key is to definitely come in on a rounding on a starboard tack for sure. Gives you the right of way.
A little bit of a slow tack, but they're getting it going.
Here comes the chase. And this view is from our buoy cam, so we know the chase is coming up to the buoy.
folks, once they round this marker here, it's a run straight down to the finish off the Montague Foreshore. So the finish will be coming up, but don't go away. Ants Nest coming up, right up the middle. Susan Chase wanted to catch her up.
I believe Ansness has cut the chase,
She certainly has.
or not.
Oh, well, no.
No, he's gonna.
No.
He's
Telephoto
packed
lens
right on
deceiving.
top of her.
Chase. Coming in
No, he
fast.
isn't. No, my bad.
There's Lonesome Dove. Is that Lonesome Dove in the background?
Yep, Lonesome Dove following the chase, and the chase is now firmly in front. And we know that she makes up distance on this downwind leg.
Chase is moving. They put the speed on.
At this point, she's pulling away from everybody else.
Yeah, she's
Here they go, tacking up to the mark once
pretty
more.
close to the mark there.
So we'll expect to see Lonesome Dove perhaps coming in from the left.
Yep, because she did go higher up on the course.
Chase, pretty good tack there, firmly established now. Keeping the speed up. Surrounded by committee boats.
We should see the Dove coming into our camera angle from the left side of the course.
See how she's doing with the Ants Nest there.
So,
Oh boy.
it's not over yet, but
No sir, no sir.
Oh my goodness, this is stressful.
We need Dove to get back in the picture here. Meanwhile, we got Susan Chase right in the middle of your screen. Stefan showing how you do it. And there's the marker coming up.
yep.
They'll just swing wide around that and head on down.
Head down.
And I believe you should see the Dove coming in, steaming from the top.
There she goes. Stay clear of the marker. You don't want any penalties.
And so the chase around,
She's homeward bound there.
and here comes the Dove, full speed. Yes. Actually,
Is that the Dove here?
no,
Yeah,
no.
no, the Dove is
Dove's
coming
actually
in
coming
first.
behind Ants
Ants
Nest.
Nest.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
Chase, all
Dove's
right.
coming in behind Ants Nest.
Oh,
at the
Dove
moment.
having to attack back again, so she was not
Oh boy.
going to be able to make the line, to make the mark.
See if
And,
Ants Nest can make it.
Gentlemen, lady, I don't know what else to say, but the wily one has done it again.
Wow.
He surely has. There they go, trying to get the jib out, wing on wing. Get as much speed as you can. Get down to the finish here as soon as possible. They'll struggle there getting the jib out.
Ants Nest is just coming around the mark there.
Ants Nest coming in a second. Making a bit of a comeback.
Man, those guys are going to be beating their heads against the mast by the time they get to shore if they end up forfeiting this first place.
And there you see Lonesome Dove bringing in third. About to clear the marker. Had a bit of a rough go on that first upwind. Dang near sank the boat. Perhaps the main sheet got jammed. They got a downburst of wind, knocked her over, and couldn't release the pressure on the main. So there's your top three.
Now let's head out to the water, Rodari and Gerard.
I don't know if there was ever any doubt, but Susan J's out in front again.
Well, I didn't have any doubt. You didn't have any doubt in the conversation we were having leading up to that.
Right.
But Stefan did it again.
Yeah, man. Really great sailing from him. I don't think Ants Nest may hold. We'll see if they could hold on to second place, but the Dove is right on her tail. They made some mistakes today. They had a great lead. And
Yeah.
I think they let it go.
Yeah, they had a chance. They had the lead. But like I say, you have one of the best sailor right now was on his heels.
Right.
He knew it. He knows just a matter of time that he was going to have to actually answer or meet him or have this conversation, and he won the battle. Stefan did.
Really did. Well, heading into the final stretch, Susan Chase. Stefan will claim a second victory today, heading into the A class. Will it be another Triple Crown? We don't know, but stay tuned. We'll see. Back to you guys.
Well, he's got 2 out of 3 there, Rodari. Almost. We're heading down to the finish, so it ain't over till it's over. But right now, as long as I don't do anything foolish or lose somebody in the water in the beautiful Montague Bay, they should be fine.
Ants Nest, yeah, that was very interesting. Like you said, they were not in contingent for, certainly first. They had a great lead there for a while.
They sure
Very,
did.
very exciting.
Lonesome Dove going wide of Ants Nest. See if they can gain some advantage by doing so. Second place would be a little redemption, perhaps. Now, of course, everybody wants to win this race and be crowned best of the best, but there can only be one winner.
Absolutely, and Ants Nest for 3/4 of the race was showing that they had the potential to be the best of the best. But let me tell you, you cannot
blink
and not be in awe of Stephen Knowles and what he is able to accomplish out on the water. The decision making, the skill set, the knowledge, you have to hand it to him, because I'm not sure that any other skipper would have been able to erase a 1 minute and 45-second lead.
I don't know if you have a drone shot right now, but it looks like the 3 boats behind him are very close together. Can you see anything from there? I mean, this angle obviously doesn't.
No, depth
it looks
perception.
like it could be a.
Well, we got the trackers up. That'll give you some idea.
Yeah, well, I think the tracker would put all of that to wash, Ryan. They're not close. The Chase is extending herself.
No, the three behind.
Well, Dove and Ants Nest in a dogfight for second and third, that's for sure.
Yeah, if you look at the trackers over here.
Old Boy, a considerable distance behind second and third.
Yeah, and I'm only looking through binoculars anyway. I can't see the screen.
Yeah,
over
the
there.
depth perception is difficult like that. So yeah, Ants Nest and Dove fighting tooth and nail for the second place. I think Ants Nest has a slight advantage at the moment, but again, difficult to tell from the shot we're looking at on the TV screen. Skipper Jeff took Lonesome Dove out to the side there. Maybe see if we can get some clean air and a little bit more speed. Perhaps move back up into second as they get closer to the finish here. Ah, man, what a race. Gee whiz.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
There's Susan Chase. Got the jib set out there, wing on wing. Stefan did take a quick look back there. Lonesome Dove on the right side of your screen. And Ants Nest just out of shot. Those two fighting for second and third. Udiver in the background. Yeah, so there's Dove on the left. Ants Nest with Old Boy behind her on the right. And I think the advantage right now is to Ants Nest. We'll see. She almost made me wide of the straight line. There's Susan Chase on the left. Dove kind of in a line behind her. Ant Nest out to the side. We'll see how this works out. Lonesome Dove might need to trim their jib a little bit. Meanwhile, Susan Chase, they have their eyes on the prize.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Got somebody in the back there eating an apple. Nice and casual. Boy, did they do it. What a comeback. What a race. Susan Chase. She did some chasing. Now they're chasing her.
Well, Stefan proclaimed after he won C-Class that he was going to go clip the wings of the Dove. He didn't factor in there that he also had to go and dig some ants as well.
He's done both.
But he's done both. And coming back, and I mean, not only evaporating a 1 minute and 45-second lead, but extending it.
A very, very impressive performance.
Absolutely.
Out of the Susan Chase today.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Top marks to him.
Yeah, I think the crew on Ants Nest are going to really, really ponder where did they go wrong. Two legs to go, and they lost it.
That's got to be a heartbreaker, you know.
Yeah, and
It's got to be a heartbreaker for Jeff too, having done so well every single race. And but like it is, like you say, best of the best.
That's it. When the time came, it didn't happen. And boy, what a shuffle around of positions there.
And I mean, just look at the distance now that the chase is put between her
She has just pulled away.
and second and third. Like, unbelievable. Like, this has just been a shocker from the get-go to the ending.
You know, the Dove and the Ants Nest still working at each other. Well, the Ants Nest crew looks pretty relaxed. I guess you want to keep your weight still and low, not move the boat around too much. Shake the wind out of the sail, that would not be good.
Yeah, and you know, the main sheet guys are still trimming as you go downwind, even though the sail looks like it's out and it's just sitting there. There's a lot of trim to do on a downwind leg, and usually the main sheet guys are always looking up. They're always watching that sail. That sail tells you everything you need to know.
Yep, they are the throttle, the main sheet person, especially on these downwinds. Or this might be a slight reach, actually.
Yep.
Constantly trimming, letting out,
Susan
trimming,
Chase
keeping her going.
coming into the finish.
Yeah.
Going to be best of the best in the B class 2025 right here in Montague Bay.
She's going to get the gun. Some comments on Facebook. Danny Deal, Triple Crown. Celine Cartwright, Chase.
Please fire the cannon crew.
Oh, gracious, not the cannon.
No, they won't fire the big one.
Okay, good.
The two classes this morning, no cannon for the winner. Doggone it.
Oh, right, yeah.
And she's across. Susan
There
Chase.
she goes. Congratulations.
Your
Yeah.
number one boat.
Stephanos, number
Wow, well
one.
done.
in
Wow.
The best of the best.
Very
for
exciting.
B class.
Big congratulations to Stefan and his crew coming back like that and taking the win away from Ants Nest.
Wow. Incredible performance by Susan Chase. Dove dominated the top three. And, you know, Cap, we need to come back to some of the comments you were saying earlier in the races that Stefan may have been sandbagging.
Yeah, well, I'm going to ask him about it first opportunity I get. But, boy, if he was sandbagging, he sure pulled out all the stops today, threw the sandbags overboard, and come flying down here in that last leg to take the crown.
And, you know, if you think about it, to make up 1 minute and 45 seconds and then put another minute plus, you know, if he was leading from the first, he would have won by about 3 minutes.
Right, right. Pretty sure he's using the same sail, so maybe just some tweaks, maybe some lead adjustment. Maybe he was sandbagging.
even in this
Sandbagging.
race.
What's that term? I know that back in the day they used to use sand as their weight.
No, well, it's you hold back.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah,
show all your
cards.
performance.
Oh,
so
that's
he let Dove win those 3 races to get in their head.
Oh.
Yeah, so Dove
I've
going to the
never
final
heard
race
that.
and be like, yeah, we got this. We could beat Stefan. No, Stefan was holding back a little bit, and he pulled out all the stops today. Yeah, I'm only speculating. Really.
Yeah.
These guys are pure racers. You know, they're not going to hold back. They want
No.
to win every race. Nobody's going to hold back and let somebody else win.
But aren't I in the understanding that back in the day they used to use sandbags,
Oh,
and
yeah.
as the wind got lighter, they would just toss
Throw
them
'em
out?
Yep, for win.
First
For
few
balance.
years on the Ridge, we did that, but we learned pretty quick that was not productive.
All right, Ants Nest coming across in second place. So congratulations
Yeah,
to those guys. They had the bacon in their hands, let it slip out, and so they've got to be satisfied with hot dogs instead of bacon.
Exciting race. Very exciting.
But
Nobody
they will,
predicted that.
they will be on the podium.
Man, if we get something like that out of the A boys coming up in a bit, that would be awesome.
Yes, yes, and we're certainly looking forward to that. Of course, we've got that big legend who's been dominating A-class, and Stefan is going to be trying his best to do the same thing that he did in C and B to A, so that he can stand again as Triple Crown for the 3rd time.
Yeah, here's the Lonesome Dove on your screen coming into the finish. So, yeah, you A boys, if you're listening, we're calling you out. We want a good, exciting race. We don't want no parade now.
Lonesome Dove is going to come across in 3rd place. I'm sure those guys are extremely disappointed after top 3 performances.
It's you know I
Qualifying.
I don't care how much of a skipper you are and sailor too. It is disappointing, even though it's an amazing, fantastic time. You know, it's still, you know, not making it to the top 10 on being on the edge, for me personally was very, very exciting. And you know, you're like, oh man, but great regatta, great race committee, great everything. It was really wonderful.
I agree. The race committee has done an awesome job. We got one more race to deal with. But so far, it's been great today. The starts have been awesome, timely, which is good. We got the presentations tonight. And might have a little drop in the wind right at the moment here, you know?
Yeah, seems to be dying off just a bit.
We wanted to come back up for the A-boats, the big boys, this afternoon, later on. Anyway, that's out of our hands.
Yep, 4th place, Old Boy. And Udiva will bring in the mark. She is still quite a distance off. So we'll see her when she gets there. So, Captain Plug. All right, Rodarian crew out with Triple Crown.
Easily the most exciting race we've had at the best of the best. Ian, you guys were behind by 1 minute and 45 seconds. We checked the tracker. How did you gain and catch up Ants Nest?
Well, the first lap we went around, we realized that we went too far to the south. So once we covered the Ants Nest first, then we went back for the Dove. Once we got the Dove and back behind it, that was all over. But from yesterday to today, we made some adjustments to the mast. We tightened up the back riggings, and we also changed the jib, put on a bigger jib.
All right.
And then we put on our all-star crew today.
Now, I hear everybody saying this fast boat, this fast boat.
This boat always fast. You just handle it.
Yeah. Let me talk to Steph real quick. Steph. David, you want to say anything? What's your title at the best of the best?
Triple Crown.
Triple Crown. One more to go. You win that, I think that'll be 18 out of what, 24?
Yeah.
All right, so what you got to do now, though? Pull through.
Right in the front there, I got to beat me and him and
Oh,
sitting
you got
side by
to beat
side
your
all
brother.
day.
I forgot.
So we were sitting side by side all day, so you know he's nervous now.
You know, he ain't going to let you win, right? But listen, I mean, seriously, it was a really amazing race. I was talking to your brother about the gap you closed, that minute and 45 seconds. In your head, what were you thinking when you were behind?
Well, we was trying to fight the Dove the first lap. You know the Dove done win 3 races. They got to beat up.
Right.
We realized the Ancestors got in front. But the Ancestors doesn't hold the wind that good.
Okay.
And we came around the buoy. I pinched up.
Yeah.
Once I forced them to attack, that was it. The race was over.
All right. Well, one more race to go. Stay tuned as we conclude the best of the best regatta. Be alongside Triple Crown. Let's see if we can pull it off.
All right.
All right, interesting comments from Stefan, because sometimes, you know, those of us watching, you know, we're thinking, well, it's maybe just luck, right? But he actually had a strategy going into that race. Deal with the Dove because he thought that he could probably beat Ants Nest because she doesn't hold the wind like that.
It's good to do your homework and be prepared and you know, be knowledgeable on stuff like that so you know what you got to do. And he executed his plan perfectly, it looks like. Because obviously he won the race, deal with the Dove, and then hold off the Ants Nest, and just one good tacking maneuver going off to the side, out to the south side there. And that's what did it to get around the Ants Nest there.
Right. Now, obviously, the Dove gave him a little help when she almost emptied herself into the bay.
They were really lucky that they're still upright.
Yeah. And so an unfortunate turn of events for the Dove. But, you know, again, on this final day, you have to be at your best.
Yep.
Any mistake, and you will be out of it.
Apparently, they were not prepared for the little gust of wind they had that knocked her over. And that's all it takes. One little slip up like that and mess up your whole regatta.
Well, that's the way it's unfolded here with the B class, best of the best. Stefan Knowles and Susan Chase coming across in first place. Ants Nest, second place, and third place to the Lonesome Dove. So 3 islands represented, 1, 2, 3 today. And we're going to get ready for A-Class coming up a little bit later this afternoon. Ms. Thomas, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. That's been a lot of fun.
It's been a
It's
blast.
pleasure, Rhiannon.
Yep,
Yeah.
and I know that both you and Cap were, you know, pulling really hard for the Dove, and they were there for a time, but unfortunate set of events. But they will still be on the podium tonight for
Yep.
the third place trophy. So congratulations to those guys. Nothing to be ashamed of. They
Not at all.
won
Not at
the
all.
first 3 races. So they're still within the best of the best, just not today. And with that, we're going to take our break and get back with the big boys, the A-Class race. We believe that race is going to get started. I think they said they were going to try to move the time up a bit, Cap. So we may get started as early as 3 p.m.
Yep, just over an hour from now. Should be enough time for the boys to get the E-boat secure and the B-boat secure.
Yeah, this
and
is
make
the
the
part.
jump over. Some of these guys are going to definitely sail on A. Stefan mentioned that. So, yep. Let's take a short break here and come back and bring you the finale of the finales.
All right, so we'll be back in about an hour or so to bring you the final race of this 2025 A-class, well, best of the best regatta. A-class being the final one, and after that, it will be all over, and we'll be getting ready for 2026.
And you're going to want to be there.